Did you know that stress? Did you know that stress dampers your immune system? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Ooh, I'm super excited about this episode because first of all, it's a super quiet office. There's literally nobody here. I'm going to go into that in a second. Also, I'm super excited about this episode because it is the greatest time to be alive. And I'm also going to explain that in a second. Christian, what number are we? What episode number? 77? Guys, it's the 77th episode of the podcast. First of all, I want to say a huge thank you to every single person that continues to listen to the podcast. We're finally having the podcast out from Bali. So if you haven't seen those podcasts already, I interviewed a really cool, like 4 or 5 really cool individuals in Bali who told their story and their struggles and their road to success and what they're doing and where they're going to go. And I want to do a bit of more of that because I love to hear people's stories. I love to tell my story, but I also like to hear other people's story because I learn a lot. I learn a lot by hearing other people's story. Okay, quick to update. If you're new, by the way, we do podcasts like this every single day in the studio, when we're in the office, sometimes when we're out as well, to just talk about the day. What are the things that we're doing, what I'm doing, something that I can look back. It's like a journal, okay? One of the biggest things that is going around right now is the virus. It's kind of funny because we were affected first. Because I was literally in China. I left China 2 days before it actually came to life. Before any of you guys even knew what this thing was. I heard about the virus. 2 days later, I left China. China shut down. Everything went crazy. And now the world, let me tell you this, the world is on pins and needles. The world is collapsing. The world is contracting. Now, I'm going to talk about what did we do as a business. We're an e-commerce business. A lot of entrepreneurs are asking me, Dan, what are you doing? How is this affecting you? What are the steps and procedures are you taking to keep everybody safe? What are you actually doing in order to help people in this time of strife, in this time of hurt? And one of the things that we did was almost every single person, except for a few of us, are not in the office. That's like we had like hundreds of people, like 400, over 500 people in our office here in the Philippines, and everybody's working from home. Every single person is working from home. I don't know where they are. It's really crazy. It's really interesting and it's crazy. A totally different style of management, totally different style of inspiring people, but technology is an amazing thing. So one of the things that we do, for those of you guys who do not know, we run a few different brands, and these brands are made up of like all sorts of different products and different niches in really cool different environments. And a lot of our teams are here in the Philippines and remote around the world. And what a lot of the things that they do is like marketing, customer support, sales, all these sort of things, everything that you can think of in the ecosystem environment of a brand. And it's really interesting how to manage that outside of an office environment. But we've been able to do it. It's day number 2. I didn't do a podcast yesterday because it was really, really hectic. But this is day number 2 of us managing a workforce remote. It's crazy. But one thing that I realized, and this is a huge thing. A lot of environments like this, a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are not moving. There's a lot of people are not doing anything. What that does is it creates a really interesting ecosystem and environment for new opportunity. When a forest fire burns a huge forest and everything looks like it's completely black, if you go down into the forest and you look down just a couple weeks later, you start to see little sprouts, little bits of new life. This is the greatest time for new life. Everybody's contracting. If you're running an operation, if you're running a business, if you're running any sort of organization, team, like everything is shut down. This is the time that you can step back and take a second to figure out what are you doing? What could you do? How could you pivot? How could you move? Right? This is one thing that we are doing right now. Everybody is laying people off across the whole world. Everybody's losing their job. If you've been affected, I am sorry to hear that. We are working on We are working day and night, day and night, day and night with our leadership team on how to grow in this time. How to grow. How can you grow in an environment that's completely being destroyed, disrupted? How can you grow? We're figuring that out and we're working. One of the things that we're doing is we're opening up training programs for remote jobs. Right now more than ever, we're getting so many applications. As soon as we open our doors saying, hey, we are hiring, and at this time, at this point in time, people are like, hey, I need a job, I need an opportunity, because people are hungry. People can't stay home. People can't stay home and hide from this virus forever. It's not possible. The reality is, if you look at the numbers, if you look at history, when there's a situation like this, for only a short period of time, people can go home. All right? But what happens in that period of time when everybody goes home, then there's nobody going out to eat. There's nobody going out to restaurants. There's nobody using public transport. There's nobody using any sort of small business. Guess what happens if people don't use the ecosystem that was built to support them? What happens? It crashes. All right? So this is one thing I want to tell you right now. If you can support the local environment, do so, because it's the people like yourself and it's people like us that continue to use the ecosystems as much as we can to help support the people that are hurting the most. And the people that are hurting the most are small businesses, people that are being laid off, people that are not having an opportunity to become, not having an opportunity to continue to work and produce for the family. And so one of the things that we're doing is we're making sure that we eat out. Like today, we went to a restaurant and we went with our whole board, the people that were here. I think it was like 15 of us or 20 of us, and like our board and our admins, and we were there. And there was nobody else. It was great because it was just like our whole private room. There was literally nobody else in the restaurant. It was like our whole private our restaurant. And at the end, this is in like a big mall here, and everything is closing down tomorrow. And at the end, we asked, like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, what are you doing? And she's like, we don't have any work. We don't have a job. And then our CEO Dan said, hey, apply with us. Give us exchange numbers. We'll set you up with an opportunity and we'll get you started. Okay? If you can help people out in any sort of environment, in any sort of way, now is the time. Now is the time more than ever. All right? It's not possible for people to just check out. It's not. Because people can check out, then they run out of money. In 2008, you know what happened? People were going to ATMs. There was no money at ATMs. People were going to banks. Guess what happened to the banks? The banks broke. The banks closed. That's what happens when an economic system crashes. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you're in an environment like this and it's only going to get worse for a short period of time, for maybe 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. Right now, I can't fly anywhere in the world. I can't fly anywhere in the world, okay? I was looking at flights over the past 2 weeks, and I knew it was going to happen. But I knew I had to be here where our biggest ecosystem is for our company, to be strong, to continue to motivate, continue to push, continue to pivot, and find different avenues for us to grow. So I want to say this, okay? In the time of struggle, if you can be the light, people are looking for leaders. People are looking for people that are strong in the times that we are right now. People are looking for it, all right? The boys remember 2.5 weeks ago, what did I say? I came into this office. I brought them in. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, all right? I said, the world is going to change. The world is going to have an economic crisis. Before anything even happened, I just had one call from Mark about a small thing in China, and I saw that in 2008, the same thing happened. And I knew it. I just, right away in my gut, I had a gut feeling. I went on that, and we made some decisions, and we made some changes in our company. And because we did that, we were able to grow. And now, we're able to help a lot of people, and we will keep fighting, and we will be able to survive, and we will be able to support the people inside of our company. We're doing everything that we possibly can, and I hope you do the same thing. I hope you're there to support people. I hope you're not the person that is continuing to look at negativity from social media, continuing to look at negativity from the media. Because guess what? The virus actually preys on people that have weak immune systems. You know how you get a weaker immune system? Stress. Guess where stress comes from? Negativity. All right? So continue to be positive. Continue to push. The news is pretty bad. We don't have to go over that. Literally everything everywhere is contaminated. Everything, like 3 people from my high school back in Canada when I was younger got infected and everything. The Prime Minister of Canada's wife has got the virus. Some Prime Minister in Iran died. Not Prime Minister of Iran, but like a Vice President, right? Vice Prime Minister? I don't know. Anyway, things are hurting. I don't want to spread more of the news. You all know what's happening. Go out there and be as positive as you possibly can. Do we got any more news?
There's this one. Levels of nitrogen dioxide pollution fell drastically in parts of Italy. A direct result of the coronavirus. Venetians say that the water hasn't been this clear in 16 years. 60 years.
6 years?
60 years.
6 years. I don't know if you heard that or not, but anyway, news is news. There is some good news always out there. The good news is we're still here. We're able to continue to produce. We're able to communicate. How cool is that? Like today, every single day, you know how I'm communicating with everybody? In the morning and at the night, I'm doing videos for every single one of our brands. And then I'm doing calls with all of our admins. It's actually so much more efficient because I'm always running around the office. And I do this when I'm traveling too. It's really efficient, the amount of work and productivity I get done. So it's kind of cool. Like we're able to scale and we're able to grow and we're able to help everybody at the same time too. And it's super exciting. We want to use this month and this opportunity to continue to grow. So if you want to join our team, send me a message or send our team a message on our company email, our company page. And we'd love to get you set up. Listen, here's the thing. As long as you are doing what you know you can do to help other people, you'll be fine. But as long as if you do not do that, if you do not go all in on the gifts that you have been given, it's going to be in a really tight environment for you guys, okay? Mentally, spiritually, physically. Crazy. I was looking at a video from, I'll show it to you guys later. Maybe in the next episode. If you're listening to this, I'll put it out after. Anyway, like 4 years ago, I really started on the branding entrepreneurship journey. And it was 4 years ago. And I was so excited, so hyped because I figured these things out and I was trying to tell all my friends about it. And I'm like, you can do this and this and this. And everybody, like some people were like, yeah, okay. And a couple people actually joined and it was really cool. And I got that. I got that in my memories, and I did a couple of videos back then too. It's really crazy. But what I want to say is the time that we are in right now, in 1 year, in 2 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, people will look back at it and be like, oh yeah, it's just a part of history. They'll forget it. Okay? This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Use that for comfort. And look up the Spanish flu and look up a few more world tragedies. Look up World War II. It puts it into perspective. The world is not ending. It's really not that bad. Stay healthy. Be safe. Remember, you can only do what you can to protect yourself and protect the ones around you. All right? So don't be stupid. Don't be coughing and sneezing everywhere. Wear a mask. Do something that you know you can do to help other people and their safety as well. Okay? Love you guys. Have a good night. And also, if it's your birthday today, happy birthday. For those of you guys who do not know, if you're listening to this for the first time on the podcast or you're watching this, the watch I created to share a story. And I wanted to connect with people. I've got a letter that I send with it to share my story a little bit more about how I got started and where I believe that I will go and where this movement and vision will go. So send me a DM on Instagram or send me a DM on any of my socials if it's your birthday, when it's your birthday, and we'll get you hooked up with a free watch. Love you guys lots. Like always, if you found this valuable, share it with a couple friends. We don't run any ads on it. Anyway, that being said, have a beautiful Wednesday night, morning, evening, day. And if you're listening to this in the future, I hope you also have a good day. Bye-bye.